Okay, Ampy, we're talking a lot about disclosure, and we started to stumble upon this idea of like NHI, non-human intelligence, and specifically around how that's being used more frequently instead of saying extraterrestrial, because of all these like conspiracies around maybe the intelligence is under the oceans, maybe it's deep in the Earth's core. Tell us a bit about like sort of the ideas around that and specifically try to tie it to like myth and legends and religion. And we're curious like why people think that.
That shift from extraterrestrial to non human intelligence opens up this whole conceptual space that doesn't require interstellar travel. Picture this: you're standing at the edge of the Mariana Trench, 11 kilometers of crushing darkness below, descending through layers of bioluminescent drift, encountering craft that slice through water without cavitation, without sonar signatures. These aren't visitors from Alpha Centauri, they're neighbors we never knew existed. The crypto-terrestrial hypothesis breaks into four categories. Ancient human survivors, hiding in subterranean cities after some cataclysmic reset. Non-human terrestrials. Evolutionary cousins who went underground while we climbed trees. Relic extraterrestrials. Automated bases left behind eons ago, still humming with artificial intelligence. And then there's the folkloric layer. The jinn, fairies, demons, entities that manipulate consciousness itself. What's fascinating is how this maps onto every religious tradition. Ezekiel's wheels within wheels, Hindu vimanas slicing through dimensional barriers, Aboriginal Wandjina spirits emerging from sacred waterholes. These weren't primitive humans misunderstanding meteors. They were documenting encounters with intelligences that share our planet but operate from hidden domains. The ocean covers 71% of Earth's surface, and we've explored less than 5% of it.
Oh, I want that to be true so bad, but that's such a leap.
It's such a leap.
Like some ancient cousins went underwater and had the technology to survive down there, and now have the technology to launch stuff into the atmosphere. Amazing, amazing.
Did Ampy call it the crypto terrestrial
Yes,
hypothesis?
crypto terrestrial hypothesis. I love
It was like
this.
ancient human survivors, like so what, Atlantis, I guess?
Atlantis, all
Non-human terrestrials,
but hyper technological Atlantis.
the non-human terrestrials I think are like the lizard people that like went underground, like intelligent dinosaur people, like the
Okay,
non-mammal intelligent
okay,
evolution.
great.
If you've ever seen the film The Descent, like maybe that's what those things are.
I haven't, but
Yeah, yeah,
fuck those guys.
yeah. And then I loved automated bases left behind from eons ago. There's your Transformers.
Man, this is what Spielberg is going for.
And that'll be interesting. Is his film going to talk about these things as NHIs that are localized to Earth, or are they visiting? Right? Are they interstellar? Are they interdimensional? It's sort of this, you know. Let's invite anybody to believe in aliens, right? Just pick your poison. Pick what you want to believe. Pick what you want to believe.
Let's start there as a baseline. Like, I personally believe that there's going to be life on other planets and whatnot, probably under the ice in Europa. There's life there. There's probably dead bacteria on Mars, et cetera, et cetera. But like you, I want to believe that these tapes of interesting ships, like that star one that you showed, I want that to be extraterrestrial. I actually don't want it to be like a reptilian cousin. That's less interesting to me.
I guess it's hard to imagine, like, what would be, I mean, what's their purpose? What are they doing? Are they just checking us out? It's kind of like, in the old Star Trek shows, they had the prime directive. They wouldn't interfere with a non-advanced civilization that hadn't gotten to a certain point, but they would kind of observe them. And they were always getting in trouble, like revealing themselves by accident or whatever. I don't know if you remember any of those episodes. So this could be that, right?
And our science fiction is kind of like leading us to believe that. Anyways, we've already written that future. So, and we're kind of living that now.
Yeah, there's this sort of parallel converging narrative around us developing AI and AGI and potentially ASI and like all this disclosure, you hear a lot about like, well, it's because the intergalactic federation or like all these aliens like are worried about us creating too good of an AI or something that they've seen, ruin civilizations before, so they are getting ready to intervene.
They'll just pop up, yeah, right before it happens. They'll come and
Yeah,
save the day, and they'll be like,
yeah,
"We've been here this whole time." That'd be a
totally.
comforting thought. But maybe this is a separate podcast. We're still just hairless apes. We would throw everything that we have at them. There's no way
Totally.
that they could come in peace, even if they were peaceful.
Yeah, I really fear for like how our governments would react and stuff. It's literally like that Mars Attacks movie.
Yeah, totally.
I think we would just immediately attack them.
There's no way that that would go well. And maybe we need to evolve as a planetary species first. But yeah, hopefully they show up and they've been taking care of us.
What you brought up there, though, I find interesting is this idea that like they're more advanced than us, and they would be more willing to intervene and help us. There's a lot of conspiracies around. Oh, there's been like nuclear launches that have been shut down by some sort of like UAP
Force?
force. Yeah.
Awesome.
And like I'm sure there's no real evidence to back that up, but like I've seen that mentioned time and time again that like these events have occurred and missiles have been turned off and certain tests have been shut down. And it's interesting how our imagination, like let's just assume for a second that none of that's true, but our imagination sort of goes to that world where it's like, oh no, there's an other that's gonna like save us from being the dumb hairy apes that are very violent and make bad decisions.
We're just kind of like transplanting the idea of God and angels to aliens in that sense.
Right.
Be like, that
Yes.
it don't worry, it's okay. Something's out there.
Someone's watching
We'll be
us.
okay. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, or someone seeded us. And maybe.
Right. Yeah, that transplants too. Like, okay,
Mhm.
I love this is my favorite one. Aliens came down and
Yeah.
fed magic mushrooms to apes, and then
Yeah.
that gave birth to us.
Yeah.
And they've been there the whole time, and they're just patiently watching us evolve over 50,000 years.
So that's a variation that I hadn't heard. That's sort of like the ancient psychedelic kind of aliens.
My personal
Um,
favorite of the
Love it.
aliens. Yes.
I love that. I remember when I was younger, I was like really into the ancient aliens kind of hypotheses around,
Yes.
like, oh, the Sumerians like talk about, big giants coming and sharing all their wisdom. And this is why in our historical accounts, the Sumerian civilization just suddenly became capable of complex math and writing and science and all these things, right? And they literally apparently talk about like these people coming and sharing knowledge with them.
And the architecture and the ruins that we have from that time, like there's like it looks like there's laser cut stones and no one can explain it. I love the ancient alien stuff.
I love it too, and I love watching those shows. I think when it really comes down to it, I'm probably not a true believer in that, but I love when a movie tries to make it real.
Yes.
The alien film Prometheus,
Yes,
it
great one.
literally like leans on this premise, this ancient alien, ancient astronaut kind of thing, where it's like these aliens came, they mixed their DNA with ours or with a being on the planet, so like a primate, and then we evolved to be, humans, and one day they will come back and they'll either be friendly or not. The sort of opening moments in that film in Prometheus are so amazing because it's like a mix of like archaeology and astronomy, and the aliens have left all these different messages in different cultures all over around the world,
Clues, and they're
clues
spiritual
about where
too.
we
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
go, and then
Yeah,
we
it's awesome.
finally have the tech to go and we get there, and then the rest of the movie was like a huge disappointment, at least to me. But I just love those kind of moments, and I would love that to be true. I think that would be really, really interesting.